Hey everyone, welcome and thank you so much for being with me here today. It is Sunday, October 15th, 2023, and at the time I am recording this, it is 5:53. I do want to, before I get into everything, I want to just kind of talk about the eclipse that happened yesterday on October 14th, and I was not able to see it where I live, but I know other people were able to see it. It would have been beautiful if I could have seen that, but I felt it. And let me tell you something. I know that I have been saying in my readings up to this point that significant change is coming. And I don't know if you're aware of eclipses and what they mean spiritually, energetically, but this particular eclipse, it is a very powerful one, energetically, spiritually speaking. We are in Libra season, and from what I understand, the sun and moon sort of conjoined as they sort of passed over each other, and that Libra energy was there and is there to promote a powerful coming together. And this is what I feel about this message today. It has something to do with things closing out so new things can begin. And I know you hear this all the time. I know it. But let me tell you, these messages are timeless. And I have felt the effects of these changes coming in, coincidentally or not, with the passing of the eclipse. And I was telling a dear friend the other day, I couldn't stop crying. And I knew it was a release. I knew there was a purging. I knew there was some sort of purification of something. And so I wanted to tell you guys, if you've been feeling like you don't know why you're emotional, you don't know why you're crying. Crying is a way of release, right? It is a way of releasing. And it feels very powerful, like you don't know it's coming, but you know it's coming at the same time because it's so powerful. And if you've been experiencing anything like that, it is your soul preparing you for change. And yes, sometimes it feels like mourning because what you've known for however many decades or how long it's been, that comfort zone of what you know about yourself, that it makes you comfortable, and the thought of change can make you scared. But sometimes we have to let go, and it's not always a conscious letting go or realization. It is a letting go of something that has had a powerful grip on you. But as fate goes, this is something that you don't really have control over. The powerful passing of the moon and the sun, and that beautiful eclipse that happened, creates beautiful openings for changes in our lives, in our paths. If we have gone astray, we suddenly realize, I have to make things right. And it gives us that powerful nudge to work on things within ourselves. Now, I do feel that this coming together represents something in all of our lives, in all of our paths. It feels like this, whatever it is a beautiful transformation of maybe a tough partnership, business-wise, a tough partnership, marriage-wise, or siblings, or family, or anything like that. It feels very much like this is a powerful change, okay? Now, it could also represent something ending, and the universe rewards you with something even better, okay? So we have to consider that as well. What I want to do right now is I want to make sure you thank your divine creator. Make sure you thank, give yourself a positive compliment or something to yourself for taking the time right now to listen to this beautiful message. It feels like a sigh of relief in some ways for some of you, because you have been struggling. For those of you who have been looking for a job, you've been trying to get a job, and you've been hearing change is coming, change is coming, change is coming. It is very possible that the universe didn't reward you with that job because there needed to be changes in that job first. So just know that. Know that if you're still struggling and you're still without a job, I do feel that as this powerful energy is here of connection, of coming together, of peace and harmony and balance, I feel that your opportunities are better. It's like a powerful, like static energy that builds up, and then, like, say you're on a carpet and you touch something and you get that electric charge on your fingertip. It feels like there's been like this building up of this purging and moving away from things that are not in your best interest, that have been stuck, right? This eclipse just magnified the opportunity to move forward into a better path, a better life, the right path for you, okay? I do feel led to look at the Lord Ganesha cards today. I felt it was, it just called out to me, so to speak, and I felt like I should look at these cards today with you to see what message is here. It is fitting that these cards sort of caught my attention because they are full of positive energy and groundbreaking, sort of like a groundbreaking, something new, right? You're welcoming in change. But let me just see what the Lord Ganesha cards have to say to us today, okay? Oops. These are the most beautiful cards. I just love the artwork. Yeah. So I feel that there is an openness that comes in with these changes, with these truths, with forward thinking and with forward movement. Something has cleared or is clearing out of the way to make our paths open for us, to move in the right direction for us, to leave behind what hasn't worked and what seemed like a cycle of discomfort, uncertainty, maybe loss of money. But this openness to me, when I feel into this energy in this card, this looks like and feels like the world is yours. Like you have the Midas touch. What you pray for, you get. It feels very much like I'm feeling also open, more open communication with someone, with yourself, with your divine creator, with your guides, listening to your inner voice. It feels like an open communication is here for you. And for those of you, I don't know why, but I keep feeling those of you who are looking for jobs or looking for a change in career, it is your opportunity to open up to the uniqueness of you, to the beauty of yourself, not what you think someone else wants to hear from you, what you want to say about you, to sell yourself, because you are unique and you are needed somewhere, okay? I just needed to say that. And I feel like this Lord Ganesha energy is saying steadfastness brings success. So yes, there could have been something you've been working towards as far as manifesting or praying for. And Spirit says your steadfastness has been acknowledged and you will be rewarded for this. I feel like not giving up is key here. It is key because the energy is changing. It has begun the cycle of change within everyone, every zodiac sign, every sign will experience this change, and it is a more harmonious change in your interpersonal relationships, in your world. I'm not getting into politics, so I'm not going to go there with that, but I'm going to say in your world, in your path, things are changing. So Lord Ganesh energy says, embrace transformation. Know that whatever is changing in your life, in your environment, is meant to be. And that these changes are for your good. Okay? Understand, like, I've been through this. I've been on the spiritual journey for quite a while. And I have experienced the transformations. I have experienced the energy that leads up to purging so we can begin new beginnings. So I know that when I experience certain things, I know it is a step. It's steps to something new. And part of those steps to something new is letting go. And I always use this analogy of a child who is learning to ride a bicycle for the first time and has the training wheels. And yes, they're comfortable because they know they're not going to fall off the bike. They're not going to fall over with those training wheels because they're there for extra support. But there comes a time when the training wheels have to come off and we have to advance. We have to move forward. And that's what this feels like right now. This energy feels like we have to move forward in our path, taking the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance is embracing that there is change, embracing that we are going with the flow. We're going with whatever this path is for us, okay? Whatever this newness in our path is, that's, I feel like we are, I hate the word expected, but we are to embrace and flow with it, to flow with the changes, to flow with, I'm telling you, I have been in circumstances where I just haven't, I don't understand. Why? Why am I going through this? Why am I in this? What's going on here? Only to realize that sometimes it has to be brought to our attention so we can move forward, so we can release, so we can understand. This is part of my path right now, but it isn't forever. And I know that whatever happens naturally, energetically, to change for the better, that it will. And I feel like that is where we get into pitfalls where we kind of just shrink down and lay down in our path. And we don't get up. We don't want to because we're energetically depleted. We are worn down. But I feel like this Ganesha energy is here to say, no, that's a thing of the past. This energy that is being ushered in, the energy of the eclipse, the energy of Libra, the balance, the harmony, the honesty coming into our truths and knowing that, yeah, it is a time of change, and we need to work with the universe with these changes, okay? I feel like there's one more here from the Lord Ganesh energy cards. And it was interesting because when I felt led to use these cards, it felt like a clearing, like some sort of clearing, okay? And I believe with all my heart that the correlation between the astrological view of an eclipse and the spiritual life of a spiritual person is actually very connected. And it feels so much like it's just this humongous, harmonious, if I can say this phrase, coming to Jesus moment, where the Jesus moment is your truth, okay? And so we get the belonging card. Belonging with whatever these changes are, owning them, knowing that they're for you, for your betterment, for your good. Working with the universe to understand that, yes, I am a vessel, but I'm also a teammate, and I'm working hand in hand. And our part in this is to release and go with the flow, right? Because in doing so, enlightenment comes into play. It's a great enlightenment, an awakening, if you will. It feels very fated to me. That's how this feels. I want you to know that whatever struggles you've been going through, believe me, we all go through them. You're coming out the other side of this in a more positive way, more light energy, more understanding, more realization that if you didn't get that job, it wasn't your fault. It was fate. It wasn't for you. Understanding that you are worth so much more than what you settled for, right? And I apply that to myself as well. I really want to look at these Denise Lynn Gateway cards. I feel like there's some sort of message here for all of us, and it feels very oh, these are the wrong cards in the wrong box. But that's okay, I'll use them. These are, I call them my vibe cards. I think it's Sonia Croquette or Crocetti. I'm not sure how you say her name. But that's interesting that they're in the wrong box. But it feels very much like there is some sort of spiritual enlightenment that's coming, okay? So the advice that we get from your vibe cards are proceeding softly. My inner power grows in moments of gratitude, right? Or quietude, I'm sorry, quietude, being quiet. It feels like this proceeding softly is telling us that these changes, they're not going to hurt you. And it feels like, so you know when you're afraid, you're very afraid of something, and you there's like this energy, you maybe start shaking, you feel overwhelmed with fear, and you just want to jump at the first thing that gets you out of that situation, right? But this doesn't feel like that with change. This feels like whatever change is happening, it's happening. It's not like it's explosive energy. This feels soft to me, like this is natural. Something natural is coming into your energy, and it is changing for your good. Renewing your life. That's what this is. Radiant vitality is filling my life. Guys, I can't make this up. This is both scientific and it is spiritual. And yeah, the two are connected, I feel. It just feels like, we're sailing on. And that's what this card is, launching your journey. You're launching something new. It's interesting because when I woke up this morning, I kept seeing this Ring of Fire, and I was hearing that song, Ring of Fire, right? And I feel like that Ring of Fire represented this time in our lives, right? Where the Ring of Fire doesn't represent something catastrophic or it feels more like, when I was saying that Ring of Fire, yes, it's coincidental with the timing with the eclipse, but it feels like, if you visualize the eclipse and you see the outline of the dark, and then you see the edge of the light as it's passing through, right? It feels like whatever was dark in your life is passing and moving on. And so I wanted to bring that to you today, to talk about that and to let you know it's okay. It's okay. What seems like your darkest moments are moving away, and lighter energy is coming in. I know it's been rough for a lot of people with regards to finances and work, and it seems like since COVID happened, things have changed so much for all of us. But it's like this long-awaited change is coming in now. That's what I feel. I feel that very strongly. And I felt the presence of Archangel Michael this morning as I was meditating, as I was praying, as I was just sort of in quiet. I felt his presence very, very much. Excuse my voice, it's still kind of funky. Yeah, look at this. Archangel Michael's advice. Detach from the situation. You're moving away from it, guys. Whatever situation you've been in, you're moving away from it. And that's not just advice. That is a serious, fated thing that is happening. You're detaching from your situation. What was dark will now be light. I just love when Archangel Michael is here with us in these messages, because they're always so positive and so reassuring, and so they feel like we're so protected, you know? What else do you have for us, Archangel Michael? I want to say this. This card, the person you are asking about, is trustworthy, okay? I feel like this is you. I feel like this, like he's saying you can trust you to move forward with these changes, to have a better life. You can trust in your ability to manifest the best for you. You can trust that whatever healing needed to occur so you can move forward, or if you're in the middle of some kind of healing, so that it will help you to move forward, but to trust in you, okay? Now, if this resonates in a different way for you, that's great. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is about trusting yourself and trusting in your divine creator, okay? It's very celestial. It has a celestial feel, a trusting feel. It feels like something sacred. Okay? Thank you, Archangel Michael. What else do you have for us today? Anything else? Eternal love. Believe it. This love that is here for you, it's eternal. Because I believe this is your soul talking to you, saying, don't you know that you are loved? You just need to sort of come together, body, mind, spirit, to understand that this eternal love is within you. You were created in love by the most high energy, by the most divine creator. Your soul is forever. And so I feel like this is an indication that you are waking up to take better care of yourself, to love yourself, to not settle, to go for what it is you feel you are worthy of in regards to work, job, in regards to a new venue. Sometimes you need to just take a chance. And I'm not one that typically says, pack up and move. But when I say take a chance, I feel like some of you need to research other venues, places where you could go that's better for your energy, for your soul, to thrive and to be the beautiful, energetic being that you were created to be. Okay? And so Archangel Michael says you're shielded, okay? Shield yourself. To me, this feels like, it feels like this fated change, whatever it sort of seals the deal, sort of seals a contract. It's like this shield that is up that can't be penetrated, that you can't go backwards. Like it is signing a legal document, so to speak, but with your soul, okay? But it's all good. That's what this feels like to me. And for those of you with children, your children are watched over by angels, okay? Know that. It feels like some of you might be reluctant to make a change because you're afraid of how it'll affect your children. But if you have as much love for your children as you have for yourself, you can do this, whatever change this is. And as long as you love them and you're there for them, they'll be fine. They'll be okay. I just felt like I needed to say that. The last thing here, and I'm just going to show you this, forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. Our life, our path is a series of movement, decisions, actions, and with a cause there is an effect, right? Cause and effect. And it feels like for some of you, you may have been beating yourself up over how you've handled things, how you've, maybe you haven't felt like you haven't done as much as you should on your journey. Maybe you feel like, I made this decision and now I'm in a terrible place. I don't know why I did that. Why would I? Spirit says, stop. Forgive yourself. This path, this journey is a series of learning and growth. Those are all positives, okay? I mean, I've done things before. I've made decisions that set me back financially. And yeah, I have been down on myself, and I know, guys, I experienced this myself. But Spirit says, forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. Nothing. You've only made decisions that helped you learn and grow. Now, You know not to make that decision anymore, so you're going to grow. You're going to grow from that and learn. And you won't have to repeat that. I hope all of this is making sense. I feel like Archangel Michael is saying, rest assured, the situation you're in is already done. You just don't see it yet. It's already done. You are moving past this dark time, confusing time. I feel like a lot of you have been confused. You've been confused. You've been blaming yourself or someone else for something. But if we can see a positive in all of that, we can see that there's something we have learned, right? We have learned from something, and it has triggered some sort of growth to move on to the next whatever learning experience it is. I feel like I'm going to say this. My throat keeps closing up, and I feel like it's because there's some sort of communication that is happening or is going to happen in your life. Somebody's going to reach out to you. I don't necessarily feel like it's you reaching out to someone else. It feels like some of you feel like you're done talking. You're done. You don't want to talk anymore about something. But it feels like something or someone is coming in to give you some sort of positive reinforcement or some sort of gift or a green light to go ahead with something. It feels very much like that energy. And I feel like all of you are going to experience that in some way, shape, or form. That's just how it feels. Yeah. Things, okay, yeah. I'm just going to use this card. It did pop out. Storm warning. It feels like there's news coming. But it also feels like you don't quite see the benefit in this announcement, whatever it is. And it may not sit well with you at first. However, it's like an energy comes in on the heels of that and moves you swiftly out of that situation, because it feels like if you would stay in a situation, you would be stuck, or you would feel stuck, or it just isn't right for you. So something is coming in to change. There is an announcement or some sort of conversation that's coming to free you from something, okay? That's what this feels like. Yeah, and that triggers the opportunity opening for you to feel your worth. Finally, it feels like someone doesn't appreciate you. Could be your job. For a lot of you, I feel it is. But for some of you, I feel like this could be some sort of bump up in pay. It could be a promotion. It could be you find another job you've been looking for a long time, and finally someone chooses you, and the pay is better, the benefits are better, the location is better, the energy is better. Something comes in to stop one thing and begin another. I'm telling you, it's interesting, and I'm very curious to know what that is. But it triggers something more valuable for you in your life, okay? I feel some of you have been anxious over this, not knowing what else to do. It's like, why am I still in this situation? Why can't I get out of it? But here comes the news. Here comes something, okay? We have Archangel Ariel here, who is the angel of fortune. I feel like she's the angel of fortune, the angel of value, the angel of blessings. Okay, so something comes in. If she's here, you guys, you know that this is something very, very big and interesting. And this strategy card, this has been in the works for a little while. With the eclipse and that energy coming in, this is what gets the ball rolling, I'm telling you. for all of you that are listening and you have felt like things just aren't changing, guess what? They are. And funny how with the changing of the seasons, we're into fall, how things start to change. The semblance of the leaves falling off the trees because they're no longer needed. And the tree has to sort of take this time to go through those harsh winter months, and sort of stand strong, stand tall, and sort of re-energize for a great new season in the spring and summer, for the leaves to be fresh and new again. And so that's what I feel this energy is for all of us, that we had to go through something or some things in order to be renewed, reborn, rebirthed. I'm telling you, this energy that is here for us creates a chain reaction to something better, financially, healthfully, mentally, emotionally, with your career. Everything is changing, and I truly believe this with all my heart. You're on the temple path. You may not have known it, but you are. You're on this temple path that, even though you don't feel like you're protected or something, good is going to happen, it's there. Your guides are with you. Your soul is like, don't give up. This temple path is yours and yours alone. This is for you. Have faith. Stay strong. And don't ever give up. Is there anything else, guides? Yeah, blossoming abundance. See that? Blossoming abundance. Everything leading up to now, guys, has been learning, experience, and growth. It is time to experience some blessings, some abundance. I'm telling you, I feel so much like all of us are right at the starting line, where we're starting over into something beautiful and new. I hope you have enjoyed this message. And it is such an honor, such a joy, that I intentionally get up early, even when I could sleep in, because I want to be with you guys. And I can't wait to get the message out. I'm so anxious every Sunday. And if I have time during the week, then I'll come in and give you another message. But this has been a beautiful experience for me. I cannot wait to get to you again and give you another message. Until then, please feel free to comment. I love to hear from all of you. I love it, and I love to communicate with you and to understand what you're going through, and if I can be of any encouragement at all, please allow me to do that for you. Love and light to all of you. Namaste.